Hello, amazing people. This is Katie Gostaspi coming to you with the final video in the 4-part video series, The Whole You. Up to now, I have shared a lot of content with you in the previous 3 videos because I truly feel in my heart this content is so important before you actually start developing your brand. It's foundational. In the past, I haven't offered this content, but after my breast cancer, I really became enlightened in understanding, hey, your body is really important to this process. Hey, your status and how you see yourself, your role versus your identity is incredibly important to this process. And you and your relationship with your time is incredibly important to this process, and how you frame things out in terms of your time. Those were the 3 previous videos. This video then is really about putting it all together. You cannot really show up, in my opinion, as someone who was a former securities lawyer for all those years and has run this company for many more years than that, upwards of 14 years, working with executives and professionals and companies as entrepreneurs, you name it, so many years of this work. It doesn't flow well. Your brand doesn't show up well and isn't recognized well unless there is a process to it. That is the blueprint. The blueprint starts with you recognizing, hey, I have a relationship to time, and if I don't manage my time well, if I don't show up well, if my time management technique isn't working, that all sounds like it's old stuff and we've been there, done there, but it's not. The way I'm asking you to view it is that you don't need time as a crutch or a tool. You just need to reframe your ability to show up and own your space. Once you do that, then the real foundational work keeps going. It was about, hey, how do I view my real identity, my real worth as a human being? You can't sell that as a brand unless you have it here and you see it here first. How do I see this, and how do I manage all those roles I have? Am I overwhelmed by all the roles I have? Am I depressed by all the roles I have? Do I kind of feel really frustrated with the roles, or am I like, wow, I'm so proud of all these roles, right? You have to understand that before we can craft the brand to put out there to market. And then really, really important, what is this body of yours telling you? We have 3 components to our body, as I talked about: your energetic body, your physical body, your mental body. You have things that come up in your body that are signaling dis-ease. My breast cancer was dis-ease. That's why I gave you all those tips on how to avoid breast cancer. And if you're watching this and you're a man, that video is totally relevant to you. Go back and watch it. It's on the All Access page. It's going to be available to you. You must know that information because you may be supporting your significant other, spouse, wife, mother, daughter, whatever, and men get breast cancer too. But breast cancer is just a small sliver of this. It's really about how you show up and how this energetic body, energy is real. This is Einstein's work, not woo-woo. How you energetically show up behind the brand. You could have all the messaging, the website, the LinkedIn content. It doesn't matter unless you have your relationship with time, your relationship with your identity and your roles, and your relationship with your body and your health in place. That is foundational. It will make your brand so much easier to put out there. That's why I wanted you to watch the first 3 videos and now put it together in your mind as an intentional blueprint we're building out. And now you're ready for the next step. Okay, what's the next step? I'm opening up the Emerging as Your Complete Self program. This is something new I'm doing. I've only offered it once before. It's a 2-day mini course. 2 hours on Friday, the 28th, 2 hours on Saturday, October 29th. Okay, live. We take this material that we just made with you on the videos and we delve into them. You get to ask your questions, get them answered by me. You got difficult people to manage, you got difficult people in your life. I know I do. How am I going to manage to them? How am I going to make them not make my body have disease? How am I going to not have them eat up my time? How am I going to not have them impede my real identity and mar my roles? We'll answer all those, we'll tackle them, we'll dive deep. So these 4 videos were your starting point. Now I want you to go a little deeper. After that, Branding Bootcamp starts again, and I'm asking you to please take the Emerging as Your Whole Self course as your prerequisite for Branding Bootcamp. Do you have to do that? Well, no, not really. As I answered in my frequently asked questions, in the past I haven't offered the Emerging Your Whole Self program, so how could you take it as a prerequisite? That said, it would be highly beneficial. If you didn't, you will have the same successes in boot camp, but I really recommend it. Why? Because it's basically free. It's $197 when you take the Emerging as Your Complete Self course, and we just apply it to your boot camp tuition when you sign up for boot camp after you've done the Emerging as Your Whole Self 2-day mini course. So you got nothing to lose. It's another free program. I'm just asking you to commit to yourself. You are so worth it. And when you commit to yourself, then we'll just apply the funds and your boot camp price will be less because you've already paid $197 worth it when you signed up for the Emerging as Your Whole Self mini course. Why do I want you to do this? Because I want you to sleep well at night, knowing you are showing up aligned with who you are authentically, with your message, with the work you've chosen to do as a professional, the career, the business, maybe you're an entrepreneur, that your message is succinct, clear, consistent, really exudes the real you, that when people run across you, run across your website, see you speak on stage or wherever, or if you're the CEO, CFO, or really a senior leader in your company, that when they see you, they get that vibe and that energy that sells them on you lickety split. This is what I want for you. I want you to be happier, live your life with less stress. Stress is so important to this equation. We can't do any of that until we have a plan in place. A lot of people will promise you that. If they feel good to you, then sign up for their content. I am not the only game in town. I am a person, though, that has been through this myself, and I have mowed down the tall weeds. I can do it, you can do it, and I care about you. Go back and read the testimonials. Don't take my word for it. What have people said about me and the fact that I care, and that I move slowly, and that I take all your considerations into account, your privacy into account in the group setting, and then the one-on-one work we do, and you matter. You matter, so the prices are at a place where it's affordable. And stop and think for yourself, what are you worth and what's your investment worth? So, Emerging as Your Whole Self is now open. In essence, Branding Bootcamp registration is now open. We're going to go live with the first module in Branding Bootcamp November 4th. But before that, please sign up for the Emerging as Your Complete Self course, mini course, October 28th, just for 2 hours, October 29th for another 2 hours, and you will feel so good that you are on a great path to be deliberate, to be intentional, to have a life that is worth you. And what are you worth? You're priceless and you deserve it. All right, you know where to find me. Drop a comment, please. Let me know how this material is landing on you. I need love just as much as you do, and I look forward to seeing you in class.